Well, a very good morning from a very beautiful wine country, San Luis Obispo. I'm here with Jack Bauer, my name is Steve Hammond, and we've got a very, very exciting race for the first stop in the North American Elite Series. Holy smoly, Jack, the women are here, they're out in force. It's going to be a heck of a race. Who's coming? Who's here?
Well, I think the big storyline, Lindsay Webster, she said that this might be her last series race. I can't see any way that the three-time defending world champion doesn't go out with a win. She's never missed a podium in 26 National Series races in the past. She's going to make it number 27, in my opinion, today. The second place, I think that it's going to be a really good battle between Lindsay and Emma Cook-Clarke. We saw what she's done in 4 races. She was 4th place at the World Championship in Abu Dhabi, and she's the reigning North American regional champion. We've seen that she goes out really fast. This course is extremely fast at the beginning. I could see her breaking away, but Lindsay always just finds a way to, chase the pack and get back into it. 3rd place, that's where the real battle is going to be. You have Ida Steensgaard coming over from Denmark. She's already run 2 Spartan races this year. You saw what she did in Jacksonville. Yep. Double podium there. Rose Wetzel and Alex Walker both had 2 podiums in the National Series last year. So I can see that's going to be the real battle of the day right there.
Absolutely. I can see this course suiting likes of Rose, but there's a few other fast runners coming in. Renee Metivier.
Yeah, Renee Metivier is an Olympic trials level runner. She's so fast. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see her break away at the beginning of this course. We've seen her struggle on obstacles in her couple races that she did last year. Her speed is undeniable, though. So
if she can nail those obstacles, she'll be a real contender today. So we've got a few dropouts today due to injury. No Nicole Miracle.
Nope.
And no Annie Dewey.
Nope. However, with them out, the rest of the women have to realize this is a great opportunity to earn a bunch of points for the rest of the National Series race. Lock them in now while the competition isn't necessarily there, and you'll see the leaderboard shake up a ton. So I think this is a great opportunity for some of the women to get some valuable points.
Yeah, they're definitely hungry out there, and this is going to be a very, very exciting race. Some beautiful, beautiful scenery. It's absolutely gorgeous out there.
Yep.
As we ran around the course, we know it's lightning fast. 6.4 miles. Yep. Good gauntlets towards the end. There's only 500 feet of elevation, so there's only a couple of hills in here. The first 5 or 6K is very cross-country-like course. So we're going to see a lightning fast course. Do you think we're going to see a big group, or do you think we're going to see some breakaways?
Like I said, I think you're going to see a couple of the faster pure runners early on break away, and then we'll see a big grouping fighting for that 3rd through 5th place. But the battle for 5 to 10, 5 to 15, it's just going to be a cluster. Yeah. With this type of speed, you're not going to have people who are great hill runners necessarily be able to break away like you'd normally see. I really see this being a very grouped together race.
Jack, you're going to be out of course with the women. I can't wait to see how this unfolds. David, take it away with the commentary. It's going to be an awesome one.
Well, thanks a lot, Steve, and I apologize that I can't be there on site for this one. I'm back at home attending the birth of my first child, but a race is on, and a race we need to watch. So, as the runners have taken off, we have a cast of figures that we expect to go out hard. In years past, you know that Nicole Miracle, who's not here, would be the person to do so, but we expect Renee Metivier to take advantage of her speed on this flat opening section of the course. Look for Rose Wetzel to try and challenge her just to kind of stay in position. Other names in the pack that we didn't hear from yet. Chris Rogowski is a top runner. Everything from 100-mile races down to hybrid events. She is always finding a way to be in the mix of those competitions. But it's Emma Cook-Clarke is the one that I would watch out for. And of course, Lindsay Webster. She recently announced her retirement, but said, I'm available for this race, so I will be here before she focuses on other things. And she is the class of the field. Everyone else is going to be chasing her today. Also, look out for Alex Walker. We know that Annie Dewey won't be here, and that has really opened the door for her in a race like today. The speed you can see at the front of this pack, it looks like Renee Metivier with the blonde hair and Emma Cook-Clarke out in the front early. And Emma Cook-Clarke always talking with her fellow competitors, always checking on them, such a good sport. And the rest of the pack, we'll see a nice cluster of racers in this field. because it's so flat and it's so fast, you will not see these huge gaps. Jack referenced that. The mountains are where we see those big multiple minute gaps form as you get an eye on 3-time world champ Lindsay Webster. And that's Ida coming all the way across the Atlantic Ocean to come compete in this U.S. National Series event. And you can see this hard-packed, sandy dirt. This is an opportunity to run fast. It's flat. It's not going to tax the body. You're going to see speeds be really high, so heart rates are way up as Rose Wetzel is given chase as well. And Riverbend athlete Alex Walker around that hairpin. She's moving up in the field. Now there will be some hills on this course, about 500 feet a gain coming up. But this opening section, it's really like a cross-country course, as Steve mentioned before. Athletes will be trying to stay in those tracks.
First women approaching the inverted wall. We have Renee Metivier in the lead. Here she comes. Emma Cook-Clarke second place. Renee getting over. About 6 seconds behind. Renee nice and smooth. Goes Emma. About to hit some technical stuff.
There is no athlete in this field who can match Metivier on pure speed. However, Emma Cook-Clarke has that cross-country background, so the rugged terrain works to her favor. And although she's newer to the sport, in terms of obstacle proficiency, she has a much higher obstacle proficiency than Metivier, who's going to need to rely on just breaking away with her speed and limiting the damage on the obstacles. Somewhere in between those two groups, you have a chase of Lindsay Webster. But Cook-Clarke is going to do her best to just hang on to Metivier in these flat sections, make up ground in any of these dips, these undulating terrain sections, and then chip away obstacle by obstacle. And Metivier, of course, her hope is don't fail anything, no big losses, but we've seen her go out hot in races before. As they approach the monkey bars, this is the first simple obstacle.
From monkey bars. It's a lot drier. Renee is taking her time. And look who we have in third. Lindsay Webster making a move while Renee keeps going across. Emma exits in first. Lindsay has made up a lot of time on this. Close the gap, about 15-20 seconds behind. Renee is about to exit. She is finished. Lost a lot of time there. Fourth place, you have Ida, fifth Rose, Alex Walker in sixth, Chris Rogloski in seven. You have a nice tight battle, all three of them on monkey bars at the same time. Ida is flying through it, gets off nice and quickly. Alex making up ground. She and Rose are off at about the same time. Here comes Chris just flying through it. Great battle for 4 through 7 right there. We have Ariel Fitzgerald and Ashley O'Hara.
As you get another shot of Ida right here, one thing that needs to be commented on, it's not just the proficiency of each of these obstacles, it's the confidence, the level to be able to go into them and not hesitate at all, not lose any time. You saw how much time was lost by Metivier just psyching herself up for that obstacle, and then she lost more time.
Chris Rogloski in the barbed wire, 7th place, making up time on Alex Walker and Rose Wetzel. Alex leaves 5th place, Rose 6, Chris 7.
And that battle that we have between Alex Walker and Rose Wetzel continues from last year, where they were just constantly competing for podiums, including that final obstacle in West Virginia where Alex failed and Rose was able to take that podium spot. They have been duking it out for the past year. So similarly matched. Different runners, but different obstacle proficiency athletes as well. So equally matched. Rose slightly quicker on those flats, and you see her come by, but Alex quick enough to limit the damage and give herself a chance with each obstacle. And here's Lindsay Webster closing the gap on Metivier right now, looking very smooth. As Metivier pushes back up onto Emma Cook-Clarke again. Look at that natural speed. You know, she's a 15-minute 5K.
Renee making a move. 1-2 right here.
Not for long, she's gone.
You're still 2.
That track speed is a huge advantage for Metivier. What a perfect course for her to assert herself on the first race of the season.
Renee hitting helix first. Being a little more cautious. Emma Cook-Clarke make it off first. We have Lynn and Emma gets off first. Renee's struggling a little. Lindsay's about to move into second place. Second place, about a 12-second gap. Renee getting her foothold. As long as she doesn't touch the ground, she's good. If she leans into the wall, that might help with their balance a little bit more.
Can I touch the side of that?
You can touch the side, not the top.
This, okay.
Yes, not the top, not the ground. There you go.
I did this so easy.
Mean beard. You look so good.
You do too, Chris.
What's up, man?
And we have Rose Wetzel coming in
Come on, Renee,
fourth.
you got this. Nice job.
Alex Walker and Ida.
You got it. You got it. You got it. You're still
There we
in it,
go.
You're still in it. Let's go.
So Lindsay Webster now in second position, chasing Emma Cook-Clarke, and you can see for each of them having those reps under their belt, such an advantage over Metivier when they get to each of these obstacles, as Cook-Clarke has already cleared the Z-wall. And again, that's going to be another one that Renee is going to struggle with.
We have Renee about to be on Z-wall, third place. It's a lot drier than it was in Jacksonville. In the background, you have 4th through 7th. Do not touch the top. You're allowed to hit that middle one though.
Don't need it.
Okay.
But thank
Been
you.
working on it.
I've been working on. No, I haven't. I just learned from mistakes. Helix was easy for me last time, so I'm kind of got myself in a pickle, and I was scared that I would fall, so I didn't want to.
Just hop and get it.
Yeah.
And let's go. You have a 3-way battle for 4th through 6th. Ida, Rose, and Alex all getting on at the same time. There's Alex. Ida reaching around the first corner. Alex has already made it. Rose is right now. And it looks like Alex took the lead. Ida 2 seconds behind. Chris Rogloski just about to get on. Rose with a 7-second gap. About to go. And Chris Rogloski getting on now.
And another perfect example, this is what Alex Walker does. She makes those passes on those obstacles, and what a break for Emma Cook-Clarke, who was able to hold on, nearly fell off that Olympus obstacle right there. That would have blown the race wide open. She's still running in first. As you see, Rose Wetzel, Ida, and Alex Walker all getting to Olympus at the same time.
Olympus, one of the game-changing obstacles. Ida and Rose, or Ida and Alex at the same time. Renee is already on it. A couple of obstacle specialists right here. Renee, 3rd place. Making her way through it. Rose yet to begin. Here comes Alex, muscling her way through. Ida gets off. She is now in 3rd place.
Second, go. Second, third.
Emma missed it. What a battle right there. We had a lead change. Chris Rogloski making up a ton of ground on the other side while Renee struggles. Simultaneously with Alex
And so that was a miss out of Emma Cook-Clarke earlier, and that did drop her into that second, third position. She's in a battle now with those other women, Ida, Alex, and Rose. Cook-Clarke, though, having run so strong through the first half of this race, should feel confident in her ability to get back in.
Alex getting over, and Chris is off.
The spear throw, always a game changer. Athletes working for second position right now. Lindsay Webster out in front. That penalty loop, costly for Cook-Clarke. She needs no more penalties today. She sticks it.
Emma made it. Chris missed. Ida makes it. Chris will be doing burpees. Here's Alex. And a stick.
Damn it.
Rose misses her spear. Ariella next.
Well, here is your leader out on the course, and surprise, surprise, Lindsay Webster out in front looking very relaxed. That fail by Emma Cook-Clarke made things a lot easier for her. That Olympus break right there. And again, that goes back to experience. You're talking about the most experienced racer on the course. Over the years, she went from struggling with obstacles to being one of the more proficient at them as she makes her way into the multi-rig right now. Your current defending world champion, three-time champ, and supposedly retiree, Lindsay Webster, as Cook-Clarke finishing up with the Atlas Stone carry, trying to work herself back to a dominant second place position. And now eyes are on Alex Walker, chasing for third place. That's Ida in front of her.
After hitting their spears, Alex and Ida are very close heading into the Atlas carry.
And very similar athletes.
Ida makes quick work with it using the shoulder technique. Alex holds it in front.
Jack, you need to pick the Atlas Stone up. What do you do?
8-second gap.
And Jack, we're talking 8 seconds between these athletes right now. That's how similar they are. They're running similar speeds. They're both similarly proficient on their obstacles.
Nice, Emma. Go get her.
Ida and Alex on at the same time. Both of them very good on obstacles.
Alex, third and fourth place.
Ida makes easy work of it.
And now the bucket. Alex Walker's time to shine right here. So your battle for second through fourth.
Alex Walker is in fourth place heading into the bucket carry. She's made up a ton of ground at West Virginia and Asheville in the past. One of the best heavy carriers in the sport. Emma Cook-Clarke is moving though. She's almost finished up with it right here. It's a relatively flat loop. We're gonna stick with them, but we'll see if Alex Walker has made up any ground on this. It looks like she's keeping pace with Ida, who's also doing it really well.
And look at Emma Cook-Clarke striding out and flying on that bucket carry right now.
Emma in second place. I'm gonna get a watch on this. I'll go with you after. And it looks like Ida has maintained the same lead that she had over Alex heading into it. Great news, sitting in third place. Alex in fourth. There goes Ida. About a 40-second lead for Emma at the moment. Alex made good work of the bucket. Let's see if she can close in on third place.
What an exciting battle that we have for positions 2 through 4, as any one of them could still claim that position. It's going to be a tough task to catch this woman, though. Lindsay Webster finishing one of the climbs on this course. Not a huge amount of climbing out here, but they stick a few in that can bite a little bit when you're working with such speed. Obstacles become harder too when you're running as fast as they've been running this whole time. That's why you're seeing a few little mistakes out of some people. So Lindsay Webster chasing first place as she heads into Stairway to Sparta.
After Emma's penalty loop, Lindsay had a big lead. No rock holds. Stairway to Sparta.
That big battles for second to fourth. Emma Cook-Clarke, Ida, and Alex Walker.
And this is where Lindsay's gonna shine.
A bit of descending to allow Lindsay Webster to really open it up before the final obstacle gauntlet on this course.
Coming back from 4.
Nice, Lindsay.
Using that J-hook.
3 climbs to the top. Crushing it. No other women in sight. Back up the hill though.
And now Twister.
Lindsay opting for the backwards technique.
Twister is one of those obstacles that can really open up this race because one little slip, one little mistake can, if you don't fail it, it can still slow you down.
Making quick work of Twister. Heading back to the festival.
And so with 2nd through 4th so close together.
Lindsay's been going 5:55, 6 flat pace for the past couple minutes for perspective.
Big pulls, Lindsay.
Oh, yeah, bring
So you're looking for one without much vertical undulation. They all stink.
This plate drag, they said, would be a game changer in this race as well. If you look at how it can stick, it can get stuck so easily.
Has to hit the end. It's stuck on a little berm. And it hits.
There you go. Keep it up, keep it up.
Emma Cook-Clarke is making her way. She's gonna take a right. Lindsay probably has 45, 50 seconds currently.
Like a minute. You're on another level. Another planet. You're on another planet.
Which planet though? And here comes the sandbag.
Good job, you got this.
This is a pretty quick sandbag carry. Just down, finish on the way up, but she has about a minute lead on Emma, who's currently over there finishing the plate drag.
Notice Emma's technique here. She's going arm over arm, but you can catch snags on an obstacle like this. Not every lane is exactly the same, and that can create issues and really break this thing open if you're talking about a few second gap between two racers. Emma's still in seconds, running strong, but look for this Alex Walker matchup with Ida.
Emma is moving though. Doesn't look fatigued at all.
Got this. Yeah, back in that bucket you got it from.
And they essentially tie. Lindsay is off right as Emma begins.
Go, 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 go. Hey.
No, I can keep up with you.
And again, Cook-Clarke so strong on those carries. She's just been running, barely breaking stride. That was a fantastic carry for Emma Cook-Clarke. Such a strong engine.
You're amazing!
And Lindsay Webster is coming into this finishing gauntlet. Over the slip wall, into the hoist.
Get over slip wall. As she's gonna have the Herc hoist. See how many pulls it takes her. Emma is just getting to the vertical cargo net in second place.
And Lindsay Webster is now one obstacle away from her first victory as a retired athlete. She announced her retirement last week, yet here she is today in the North American Elite Series, taking first place once again. You just can't stop this woman as she prepares to conquer the Sky Running Series next after this, but she made it out for this race today as Emma Cook-Clarke still giving chase. A strong finish for her after taking first place in the North American Championships. taking 4th place at the World Championships. Emma Cook-Clarke has proven that she is one of the top athletes in this sport. She is the one who's going to take the mantle up from Lindsay Webster when she completes her official retirement, because Emma Cook-Clarke is now a major factor. Once she gets those obstacle snafus out of the way, she is going to be a tough woman to beat. But Lindsay Webster here, taking 1st place in San Luis Obispo, the first race of the North American Elite Series. And who else did you expect to be on top but her? As Emma Cook-Clarke conquers the final obstacle, the A-frame cargo net. Always a smile on her face as she cruises down this thing and takes her finishing kick in. Emma Cook-Clarke from the OCR Dream Team, one of the new faces of this sport, and in her 2nd year, she has put her stamp as being one of the major factors here. And of course, 3rd place. This has been a battle all day long, but look at Alex Walker. So obstacle proficient, she's finally managed to break away from Ida and Rose Wetzel, who had that miss on the spear, and Alex Walker picks up this season right where she left off. She was constantly on the podiums last year in the U.S. National Series, and here she is again with Ida still giving chase, but I don't think that there's enough room for her to catch her up the slip wall. Alex Walker now just a hoist and an A-frame cargo net away from another podium finish. Ida desperately trying to catch her. She's about a full hoist behind. And it looks like she's just going to run out of real estate as Alex Walker makes her way into this final climb. And look how fast she is ascending up this A-frame. No chance you're catching me, Ida, she says. Alex Walker, so good on the obstacles, so gritty, so tough. Claiming a podium today in the first race of the North American Elite Series. This is Mrs. Alex Walker, everybody. Take a bow, Miss Walker.
Ida Stensgaard from Denmark.
And Ida coming across the Atlantic Ocean, all that time, the opportunity to race against this American and North American field, 2 Canadians at the top, and a very international field here in the North American Elite Series. But here's your top 3. And as we take a look at that leaderboard, Lindsay Webster, who else would you expect up on top, followed by Emma Cook-Clarke. Clearly, the speed in those legs was huge. No sign of Metivier in this field. You saw a few mistakes out of Roglowski. Cost her dearly, as well as Rose Wetzel. But here is your winner on the day, Lindsay Webster.
Well, I'm here with Lindsay Webster, the women's champion for the first race of the North American Elite Series. Lindsay, describe the start of that race, because that was something else.
I've done other races where I expect like starts where I'm gonna trip or somebody's gonna fall on their face, but that I did not expect that. It was aggressive. I've never had a downhill start before, especially with such other fast athletes. So yeah, there were like proper elbows. I almost face planted a couple times, but held it together, so it was fun.
So did you have tactics coming into the, especially knowing that it was so fast, were you going to let some of the faster runners go ahead and then try and catch them up, or did you find yourself at the front?
No, I definitely was not at the front. Emma and Renee are always going to be faster leg speed athletes than me, and I knew that. So I did a really long warm-up, and I was just like, okay, trust your body to hold it together, which it did. My engine felt really good. Actually, I felt great.
Did you have any tactics coming into this?
Yeah, there were a lot of obstacles at the end, and I think, my tactic basically was, I know those girls are faster runners, so just try and hang on desperately as much as you can, and then once we hit the obstacles, it was kind of just like, see, I guess, what happens. I knew that if I was going to have a chance of winning the race, it was going to happen in the second half, so yeah.
Preparation for this race, because everyone is coming from winter. Obviously, you live in Canada, so how much time did you actually get to spend? Obviously you've been on skis a lot this winter, so how much did you spend actually getting that leg speed in?
Yeah, it's so I've been cross-country ski racing this winter, and it's like a huge engine-based thing. So my engine felt great today. Like I felt like, I could have done twice that at that speed and been totally fine. But I had to transition the lateral ski speed to like running leg speed. So just 3 weeks of doing like some running intensity workouts, and yeah, legs felt good today. So.
Well, you looked awesome out there, Lindsay. What does the rest of the season look for you?
No idea. I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. I got a lot of things planned this year: sky racing and gravel biking. And then in terms of the Spartan race season, I think I'm just going to. I know I'll be mountain fit at the first half of the season, so we'll see. Like, you know, if something's fueling my fire, then I'll show up and race.
Well, I'm sure this fueled your fire today. First place today. Well done. And beautiful San Luis Obispo. Go and enjoy some wine. Congratulations.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us for the first race in the Women's North American Elite Series from San Luis Obispo. We look forward to catching you with the next one in May from Big Bear.